Actually, I'll walk in and tell them if you want.
Hello, hello. Welcome to our next live. We'll be with you guys in just a second. They're just turning down the music just a little bit for us. Or they turned it down the whole way for the whole center, even though they
Yeah,
can control
it doesn't
speaker.
kill our area.
Yeah, so welcome to our next live review.
Yes.
Been a couple weeks.
We missed one. We had a thing called Thanksgiving, and there were no lanes available last Friday.
Yeah, I was going to say between the holiday and just the amount of work that we have to do, surprised we even got back down here today. So, today, if you didn't already catch on to it, we are going to be reviewing Storm's next release of the Next Factor. If you like nostalgia, it's a good time to be back in bowling because it seems like every company is coming out with, well, I say every company, but Motive hasn't really gotten to the age, I guess, where they can bring back nostalgia pieces. If they got rid of the Venom and then eventually brought back the Venom Shock in 5 years, then, all right, that's a different story.
They've done like different things, like the Ghost cover on a Venom, different.
That is pretty unique.
So they've mixed and matched different things.
Sure, yeah.
So they still use some different older cores, mix and match and cover. So it's
a little bit of a different.
But this is actually a little different because though it's the X Factor or Factor line, the core numbers are way different.
Yeah, it's a super high RG, kind of a middle upper differential. It's like 51 diff,
51, 17
like
intermediate.
Yeah,
so
kind
that's
of
along the lines of what the X Factor core was, that part.
Sure.
But the high RG is so unique.
It's what is that? 256.
Yeah, it's very high.
It's super high RG, especially in a
high road
ball.
number.
Yeah, and that's a hard number to reach. So you can expect this ball to definitely lope and get down the lane a little bit for, especially obviously asymmetric balls want to do that a little bit more anyway. This one's going to amplify that, right?
That's what we were thinking.
Right, at least on paper, at least in the box, especially with the cover stock that's on it too. It's the R3S Pearl, which I tried to go back and find an R3S Pearl cover ball. I know they have R3S Hybrid and things like that across the lines. I couldn't find another ball that had the exact R3S Pearl. Maybe some overseas releases or something have it. But in terms of strength of where the R3S lies, if you take a look at your screen real quick.
Jess is going to pop it up here for you guys.
That's not a super updated chart. I think this is from February. But if you look, about a third of the way up on the right-hand side of this chart is your cover stock names. About a third of the way up of that, you'll see the R3S. So that has been on balls like the Phaze 3, which was the R3S Hybrid.
Phaze 3 to me, I love that ball.
So let's see here.
For me, it was one of the best house shot balls.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll bounce back in here. Yeah, I was a big fan of the Phaze 3 as well. I know it was kind of hit or miss for some folks, but I was a big fan.
That ball was phenomenal, I thought. That was like right before COVID.
Sure.
I thought I loved that ball motion. I thought it did the right thing for a lot of house shots. And it just in tournaments in general, it just read the mid lane, had good continuation. That ball was wonderful.
And kind of just to talk on the Phaze 3 for a second, I remember when that ball first came out, I was surprised because the Phaze 2 cover is a TX16 cover.
Yeah, and
so
they never used it again for until like recently.
Like the Ion Pro Solid has the TX16 on it, so it's like forever since they decided to put that back on the ball. And then when they brought out the new Phaze, they said, "No, R3S back at it." So yeah, so interesting to, or I said the Phaze.
Yeah.
No, not that.
On the Factor.
The next Factor, the Phaze 3 or Phaze 2 Pearl, I have as a comparison ball today. So.
Yeah. So I mean, I think and. Unfortunately, as bowlers, sometimes we do it sometimes. The balls come in, we see the announcements, and we're like analyzing ahead of time what this is going to do.
Yeah.
So we get sometimes a preconceived notion in our head of like, this is what we think the ball's going to do, or this person. So I've been going on social media, and Storm's taking a little bit of a hit. I mean, like people are like really targeting them of like, what are you doing?
Yeah. What's innovative about this ball?
Yeah. So we've been reading all the comments and. Listen, I mean, until you throw it, and I've thrown some shots. So far, I'm surprised by how much it actually hooks.
Sure.
And we are only bowling on a house shot, but I was expecting by just the cover stock, the core numbers, that, I'm going to be able to be like right up 20.
Yeah.
With my feet, I'm going to be able to play closer to the track, more outside of like 10 area. And
yeah, you had to give this thing some room to have some shape to it, too.
I didn't hit the right side of the head pin for 5-10 minutes of warming up, and I said to you, maybe lane 40's on fire today, and I jumped over to 39, and I said, let me play it the same way, and yeah, it's, I'm not way left, but I'm left of 20, which not by a lot, but I'm like more left than I thought I'd be.
Sure.
So I think, like I said, sometimes we see balls come in, and we're like, this is not going to be great, or this is going to do this, and we had these ideas.
So you put the spec
but there's
cover on
probably
a ball,
a reason why they have an R&D team.
Sure.
Like a guy like Hank Boomershine, Steve Klompkin, these guys have been in the industry for 25 years. There's a reason why they do what they do.
Very true.
Yeah, so and obviously if every ball did the same thing, well, that wouldn't be great either. So they're trying to fill gaps or see what they see was going on in lane surfaces and stuff like that. So I get the idea a little bit with the higher RG.
Sure.
I just personally am not a fan of high RG balls.
As we are aware.
My rev rate goes, or it feels like it goes. It makes me feel like I'm from a 375 guy to 400 guy. I feel like also I'm like a 300 guy.
Which, to be fair, RG can lower your rev rate a little bit. It is slowing the ball's need to try to get stable and fight it a little bit.
It's what your eyes see. So for my case, when I have a high RG ball, I can see
you see that ball just like being pretty slow.
I don't see the ball rotating, so now I feel like I'm not throwing it very good.
Sure.
What am I doing differently?
Sure.
Type thing, even though I've been bowling for so long. So like I said, there's a lot that goes on there. But from a team standpoint of what Storm does, I'm sure they had a plan.
Sure.
So they have a plan of what they're trying to fit in there gap-wise.
To talk about where you said that people thought they weren't really innovating with this, if the R3S Pearl, I couldn't really find on another ball, even if it is only on one or two other balls, it's very rarely used. And I would also like to go back to, they're constantly, even though it has an R3S name on it, or even like an R2S that we know has been around forever, those formulas get tweaked a little bit here and there just to kind of match up with the times and things like that. So
the dyes or
the dyes, exactly. That's another big part too.
You know, whatever you want to call them, pigments, dyes. There's different words for them because each one has a little different
texture, weight, that kind of thing. They'll do things.
So I mean, there's a lot that goes into the science of it. And listen, we don't work in R&D. We have obviously friends that do. I mean, I have friends with Boomershine and Klompkin, but also on the Brunswick side, we have friends there. There's a lot that goes into it. We have no idea, and I don't think the public does. But again, we see things, we read things, and we go, what are they doing?
And personally, I try not to get too caught up in it anymore because it's just so much, especially when you're looking at all the brands and you're like, let's just throw the ball and see what it does, that type of thing. So
which is cool. Like I said, we put holes in them, and I think we're excited to try and show you guys what we've seen so far. I know you did like your 5 shots video.
Yeah, and I was able to bounce around the lane pretty good.
Yeah,
so.
You were curving it pretty good, and I said, oh, you look like Barnes. And if anybody saw Chris Barnes did a 1-shot video showing it against this only 1 shot.
I was carving pretty much right out of the gate too.
It bounced off of it. Again, he's on a house shot. I'm not going to be way left and going right left to right, but it's
at nutmeg, I have no choice.
It's more than I anticipated.
Sure.
It's more than overall. I thought, like I said, I was thinking this thing's gonna go forever long. We're not gonna get much out of it. So far, it's just a couple shots, shaping goes better. So we're gonna get to it, I think here.
Yeah, and just one more. Yeah, and just one more thing here as we are getting into the layout is you may recognize the rad core that's in this. It's been in a bunch of balls. They have very many different variations of this core, and this is a new one too. It's a rad TQ. There's another one that I couldn't find any other ball that had this particular variation to it, and it's not listed on their core and cover chart as of right now. Like I said, this is a little older chart there. If you guys want to take a look at that again, just to see the cores on the left side of there. Lots of rad cores, all varying strengths too. Just because it has rad in it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to sit in one particular zone of that chart. As you look there on the left, you have some that are at the very top with the rad 4 and rad X, where you have some that are a little bit lower in the middle of the lane, the rad A, the original rad core. So it'd be interesting where they define this one to be with such as high RG as it does have.
Yeah, and if you go back to the old X Factors, I showed you guys this because they were made probably before you guys were born, I feel like.
Oh, no. I don't know if I can go back that far. I think I had an original X Factor.
Yeah,
so.
But the original X Factors, if you look at the picture, they had a dual pucks inside.
Sure.
Vertical pucks. This has just one puck in the middle. So
right.
There are differences a little bit. I mean, it's similar concept, but again, 2 pucks, which were different densities, are going to change the mass bias,
sure,
the preferred spin axis, and how it moves compared to the 1 puck in the middle.
So don't look too far into it. Even if the core looks the same shape, there's different densities and things in there. Those guys know what they're playing with. We just get to look at it and say, hey,
what are you doing?
Exactly. So without further ado, I guess we'll hop on the lanes here, and we'll see these balls go down the lane. Once again, I will throw the Phaze 2 Pearl as they're going down the line. I have the same layout on both my X Factor and Phaze 2 Pearl pretty much. I went 45, 4.5, 30. My typical pinup, stronger pinup for asymmetrics, with 4.5 by 30 being on the Phaze as well.
Yeah, and in my case, I just went with my, if you've been watching I call my middle or medium pin height. So I did a 40, 4 1/4, 45. So just keep the pin middle height. Just to get an idea what the ball does motion-wise. Like I said, wasn't really sure what to expect. So let's get to it.
Yeah, and just let's see. Do we have any questions in here right out of the gate? How's this comparing to other new Pearl releases from Storm? We're going to find out. Like I said, I'm going to match this up against the Phaze 2 Pearl as well. So you're going to be catching Chris on lane 40. He's throwing just the X Factor today, so you really just get to kind of see what he has there. Yeah, Brad 3 and the Vertigo. Yeah, I was a big fan of the Vertigo, actually. It was one of my one of my first X Factor type balls, but they had a lot out at the time.
Like I said, it comes back way more than I thought it would.
Yeah, so we'll just keep you guys on the down lane camera. Feel free to throw any questions in there, and we'll grab them as we can. Remember to like and share the stream. We are giving away Everybody's March Pack again today. I have no audio.
No, I heard something.
Over there?
When it's plugged in, we shouldn't hear anything, but I heard it back here. That's okay.
And that's muted too, so I don't know.
That's all right. It isn't very loud.
Yeah.
It was just minor.
All right. So still catching Chris on lane 40 there.
Hi, guys.
He's going to throw that X Factor. I am going to get a little bit more loose with the Phaze 2 Pearl here. So at least we'll have some different balls going down the line. We have yet to really review the Phaze 2 Pearl. We figured we didn't need to. I mean, this ball's selling like hotcakes, so.
It is the house shot, but like I said, I am just amazed that I'm doing that.
Yeah, with a ball that you didn't expect, for sure.
I was not expecting that. And because of the colors of the ball, because it's obviously so solid and the logo doesn't really pop off.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for you to see that fighting that rev rate.
Yeah, I don't see my ball like loping down the lane. So we're off to a good start. My flares are pretty tight, which is expected with a 51-17 ball.
Yeah. Now, like I said, we didn't necessarily do a review on the Phaze 2 Pearl. Once again, just because it seemed like, obviously, everybody's going to have an idea of what this ball does. Very familiar with the Phaze line, so. This is my first time throwing that one today, too. So we get a live look at what both these look like together. That's pretty much doing the right thing the whole way down the lane.
This might be a fast video day.
Yeah, no kidding. As much as we got going on upstairs, I wouldn't be sad about it.
No, we have a little bit of work to do.
I haven't
Now Jesse, obviously, like you see him throwing the
Phaze 2 Pearl.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of cameras going on today.
Oh yeah, I don't know how in the world we got 3 up there. Just showing ignore that one. That's not where
I was showing a lot of stuff. I'm like, that's pretty good. But we have Jesse obviously throwing a Phaze 2 Pearl, the hottest selling ball in the last week.
Yeah, for sure. It's hard to keep them on the shelf.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Interesting how some balls sell and some balls don't, and what you have to do to get the other ones to sell. And it's kind of interesting. And like I said, I mean, I don't feel like they're coming out with bad balls across the whole market.
We talked about this the other week.
Yeah, it's just everybody's doing the thing. Everybody's. I mean, there are some different shapes out there, but overall, I mean, they're all doing the thing. They're all getting down lane, hooking, running through the pins. It seems like so.
And we don't see like the bad covers where they don't absorb oil, things like that, like some of the old days.
At least not as much we did.
213. Good bowling, Jess.
I see Jesse there with the. Now I can be honest, though we've sold a lot. We've been so busy, I haven't actually seen one go down the lane. But I've had the guys that have drilled them in house come in and tell me like it's really good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I have not. You're the first person I've actually seen it go down the lane in person.
And still catching lane 40 here. Yeah, so the layouts for both of mine, so both of Jesse's, 4.5 by 30 on the Phaze 2 Pearl, and 45, 4.5, 30 on the next. So both those are my typical pinup layouts for me. So Chris, on the other hand, is a 40 by 4 1/4 by 45. Lots of 4s in his.
Yeah.
know, we've been so busy the past couple weeks. I haven't thrown too many shots. It's like, what am I gonna do next? Yeah, between the two that I'm throwing, so I did throw the Next Factor and the Phaze in I did some 5 shots videos that we're gonna have up later. But between the two, right out of the gate, what I've seen was obviously the Phaze 2 has a lot more mid lane still, and I really have to wrap my hand around it to finish quite as sharply. At least right out of the gate. So I have a little bit more mid lane for sure out of that Phaze 2 Pearl, which is expected. It's symmetrical, a little lower RG too, so all those things wrap up and make sense. And as that ball just keeps taking off.
I think if I was a consumer, my question would be, they just came out with the Rockstar amps.
Yeah.
Now you have the Phaze 2 Pearl. And we know the Rockstar and Phaze 2 themselves in the dull finish are relatively pretty close. To me, a Rockstar is a little more mid-laney.
Sure.
Than a Phaze 2. Obviously, a little newer cover. So for me, if I was a consumer, I'd be like, all right, so you came out with one, you came out with this one within like about a month of each other.
Yeah.
Month and a half, like what's so different? But for what I've seen, not only from you, but just guys throwing the Rockstar amps, that is a little bit, a little stronger down lane.
It doesn't seem to have an issue going through the pins. Not if I get it there anyway. Throw one or two more with that Phaze 2 Pearl on 39. Just so we can get into that next. I'm really fun. Really thinking having some fun throwing that next curve around the lane a little bit. No, that one scooted through pretty good actually. Now, we had some people asking comparisons about other Pearl balls that are in their line. And when I'm thinking about the asymmetrical balls that are out through all of SPI, there's nothing with these types of numbers and strength of core out or cover out right now. So there's nothing that's a direct comparison, I feel like, on paper to what the next is offering.
Yeah, I think I told you I was hoping I would have had my Attention Star with a similar layout.
Sure.
In the shop. Just to see what that does. But I will say, so far, it doesn't visually lope down the lane like I thought it would.
Yeah.
It's not lopey. It's not like super clean and real quick off the back. Like if I throw a high road, that's like if I throw a high road, which anybody knows is,
you can watch it potentially blow through it almost every other shot.
I am not a fan of high roads at all, and I know it's obviously one of the greatest selling balls in the history of bowling. But for me, if I throw a high road, it lopes, it goes forever, and then when I move into the dry, it goes the other direction.
Sure.
And I have I have super over under with a high road. So this is what I thought I would be getting out of this.
Sure. I'm gonna switch to the Next Factor myself, see if I can throw some shots around the same area as that Phaze was. That was just a hair for the right too. Not only was a hair for the right, but just because I feel like it didn't pick up in that middle part of the lane, so right there, just kind of showing you that it does scoot a little further than what my Phaze is, which all that makes sense. All that on paper is what it is.
I mean, visually, the ball is getting a very nice rounded shape at the back. Not what I expected. That's what you see by watching it.
Yeah, a few times. Unless I'm really wrapping my hand around it, but I feel like I can do that with a lot of the cleaner balls. Just really wrap my hand around them, I can get them to bounce. But if I'm using my normal release, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I don't think it necessarily just jackknife and just goes that forward.
I was picturing it was going to be like down the lane, somebody kick it left.
Yeah. If I wrap my hand around it, I bet you'll do it. But
yeah, but I would say even doing that, it's like not super quick.
Exactly. I agree. I was going to say the same thing. Yeah, just a little bit more mild cover on there too. Definitely probably helps that a little. And yeah, I see some folks commenting. I know I drilled these two on our live drilling yesterday. But yeah, super thick cover on this Next Factor.
So I've never had so I was thinking, I never had a virtual energy blackout.
Oh my goodness, the Vivo's
which
so
people
good.
loved it.
Yeah.
And people have been asking, like, what is the next one? I have this guy, Josh, in Kansas.
Oh,
He's like, when am do I need to go to eBay and find one? This, motion-wise, looks pretty close. Again,
I don't disagree.
Again, not quick.
Yeah. Yeah, because I really sent it at the friction too, so.
No, that's what I'm saying. Not when you got there faster.
Sure. I was like, oh, that one's got a chance to jump through it. So, no, that's cool.
And I didn't have a Vivo, but from watching a Vivo go down the lane, it was very much similar in motion to this.
So, all right, just hopping over to our questions here a little bit. Good morning, everybody. Once again, thank you for tuning into our live review of the Next Factor with the little combo in there, the Phaze 2 Pro. If you are tuning in, be sure to like and share the stream. Obviously, we want to make sure everybody gets a chance to win one of those Free Buddies merch packs that we're going to throw in there for someone. T-shirt, rotating ball cups, and chamois, buddy stuff. You get it. But Chaz says, do you think ball companies need to slow down with all the new releases? And here is the thing. While we may feel similar to some respect, if you look on paper to the past several years, every single year, for the most part, the number of release balls has gone down.
Yeah.
So, but it's just, I don't know if it's just the release schedule between the companies make it feels like, oh, another one and another one and another one. And it can feel like that, especially when one particular brand, now we have two of them that own several companies, and they're not going to release all 7 or all 3 companies at one time. They're going to try to spread them apart between each other, but it's like, okay, you got to do a couple in 3 weeks and a couple in 2 weeks, and it's like, all right, this is the release week, and then on top of that, some other stuff there. So
yeah, this is a conversation that gets brought up constantly. Not only I go to seminars, it gets brought up. We talk about it upstairs. We get the announcements. We get them earlier than the consumer.
Sure.
And we're like, here comes more.
Yeah.
And we almost know when it's coming now. We know the schedule. I think I said this to you guys the other week. When it was Ebonite had their 4 brands, Brunswick had their 3, and Storm had their 2 plus
3,
2 plus the 1. It was, whatever you want to call it at that time, 900 Global. There wasn't great product coming from the brands of Brunswick.
Sure.
One ball here, one ball there. The Ebonite family, they had Ebonite Hammer, Track, Columbia. Not a lot of great product coming from there.
Yeah.
Again, one ball here, one ball there, a couple balls during the year, but nothing. But now I feel like the brands of Brunswick, the 7 brands, they came up with that HK22, all the additives.
It's really helped out all of them.
The balls are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Storm has been on a 20-year run of just making really good balls.
Yeah, for the most part, absolutely.
So we were talking about this before. It became like pretty easy pre-COVID that you knew Storm balls were going to sell, and then you might sell some of these other ones here or there if they made like a really, really good ball, and people are like, oh, I have to go get it. So it made it easy for us as a pro shop to stock balls. You knew you just bought Storm balls. Thanks, you want to throw mine?
No.
I don't think you're going to get your thumb in there.
I don't think so either.
So it just made it a little easier. But now the issue is those Brunswick owns 7 brands. The balls are really good.
Sure.
Storm owns 3 brands. The balls are really good. You got Motive. So now it's hard to pick and choose what you're going to buy. Even that was a little quicker.
I sent it there as hard as I could. So I was like, does it go in the gutter? And it just didn't. But like you said, that's as quick as it's going to get from where it was.
But it's not like somebody kicked it.
Yeah, it still didn't Big 4. Like I should have Big 4.
So I think that's the issue is, they keep on making all the balls, and it appears like there's a lot.
Yeah.
Because they have to fill up their brands that they have, but it comes down to that they're just good balls.
Yeah.
So it was easy before to be like, I'm not buying those balls because I already know they're not good. Like you could just watch a review, or you got the idea pretty quick. You get the idea real quick, like, all right, just stay away from those, and we're gonna just focus on these couple.
There will be 1 or 2 brands where it's like, oh, that one looks okay. I'd be interested in throwing that one, and that's about as far as it got.
Yeah, and now because of they're good, and the next batches come out are good, the shelf life has gotten smaller.
Sure.
So that longevity of a particular ball because the next one is really good too.
Yeah, I feel like this is across all the industries for them, or all the brands for the most part in the industry. I feel like we move on quickly from one ball because of that short shelf life. It's like, okay, we're not going to focus on, I don't know, Phase 2 pearls anymore. We're going to go to a Gremlin Solid or whatever the next thing is going to end up coming out. And then you lose the marketing and everything like that from it. Every once in a while, a brand will pay a little special attention to a specific ball, but it's like...
try and pump it back up a little bit.
Exactly. But it feels like, all right, we're on to the next one, forgot about that one. On to the next one, forgot about that one. Release date came, on to the next one.
Just like I said, because
there's no continued push of a single ball anymore.
And like I said, because I just feel the duds are so much less than they ever used to be.
A lot of good equipment on the market.
That's
a lot of good equipment on the market.
It makes it hard for the consumer. It makes it hard for us as a pro shop and warehouse trying to stock them.
There it is. Still got the 10 out there. Yeah, wrap around that one pretty good. We'll go back into the down lane view here for you guys. Now, to talk about, I know somebody had said that they missed the beginning when you would typically use this ball. I'm still using it when there's more friction in the lane. I still think that if it's me, I'm going to try to blend out my friction, create a little angle. This could be like a game 2, game 3 ball for me still, especially I bowl a lot on flatter patterns, not necessarily house shots where there's that free friction. Some of your centers are going to be able to handle it a little bit more because there's going to be more friction overall. So to get the ball still slow down in the right place. Nutmeg, I feel like, is almost one of those centers to where you can still throw shiny stuff right out of the gate and not be too quick.
Yeah, for me, I this past year here, this season here, I've stuck to more lower differential balls, trying to keep the flares a little tighter.
Sure. There we go. I knew I had to be able to get one to blow through it eventually.
It allows me not to have to chuck it at the gutter, but it allows me to play that like 12 to 7 area a little bit better instead of jumping way in with the bigger balls like we've talked about in every video. So this winter season has been so far my best one since COVID. Which is when the Phase 3 was out, and I had like 3 good years, like 2-3 good years in a row with the Phase 3 where I could just keep in that 12 to 7 area, keep it in front of me. I had some weaker drillings on them.
Talking about those lower differential balls too, I feel like all we do is review 40-some diff balls or higher, and I feel like that's really it all comes out and then gets pushed. I mean, there's not very many low differential balls that stay in the public's eye, and I think the centers could use that, as well as just consumers in general. You're always getting pumped with the biggest, baddest, strongest balls out, so. Forward on that one. Let's see here. Guys, remember, once again, like and share. We just want to make sure you guys get a chance to win a free Buddies merch pack. We're going to announce that at the end of the stream.
Jesse, I know you like keep track of my strikes. I've had 1 non-strike so far.
Sounds about right. Let's see here. We said, let's see, what's the cover on the X? So if you're talking about the next factor, which I assume you are, that's going to be the R3S Pearl. So if you recognize that name, it's probably going to be coming from balls like the Intense, I believe, too. I think one of the Intenses had an R3S variant on it. Maybe the Intense Fire probably is R3S Pearl.
Yeah, I think what's nice is some of the pearls lately have had a lot of mica in them, like the flaking. But this one, you don't really see that.
Sure.
So you have like nice deep pearls in there.
A little further right, a little more firm. Let's see. I grabbed on that one pretty hard. Sheesh. Whoopsies. Yeah, so the R3S on that one. Another ball that had an R3S on it, but was the R3S hybrid, was that Phase 3.
All right.
Yeah, I'm still using this ball when there's some friction out there to play with. Chris is just going to town over here on lane 40.
I don't know what's going on. I feel like we need to switch lanes or something because of my
No, absolutely not. I think lane 40 is fitting you perfectly right now. This ball does come out on the 19th, so just a little over,
just in time
about
for
2
Christmas.
weeks, 2 weeks from today. So if you're looking for your Christmas present for your bowler, head on over to BuddiesSportShop.com. You can get a pre-order in for these, or you can head over and get yourself a Buddy's gift card. I think that's just the gift that keeps on giving. Until the gift card wears out, that is. Thank you guys for liking and sharing. If you have any questions in regards to the next factor, as my man gets the 5-7 out.
Ran it over that time. But again, it's just a sweeping arc. Yeah. I'm, like I said, very shocked. Very shocked by the ball.
I'm just going to keep chasing the left here. I'm going to go a little further left. In general, soften up and see if this ball bounces the corner. And then we'll switch to that Phaze 2 Pearl and see how it reacts on the link or two. That's a lot of circle.
Again, not... You got it there pretty steep into the right.
Sure. I agree. It definitely didn't like super jackknife, which I always expected.
When you see those numbers, that's what you think is going to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, again, I'm going to say I've said many times so far in the video, I was expecting to see like super angular.
Boomerang or not at all? Yeah, so if it one or two more from on 39 here with that next factor. And then, because I did move in a little deeper, I'll probably put the Phaze 2 Pearl on top of it, see if it slows down in a different spot, so you guys can catch that one in action too. So one more here. Still 9 pinning with the next factor. Just a little further left on the fresh than what I would like to be in the center, but I think I ain't got a choice here. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Nick, for the update there on which covers, which
all right, Jesse, you get to finish the game.
No, buddy, that's all you.
No.
Here in the 9th. My man's on the front 9. Shout out in the comments, tell him he's got to finish it. And I'll stay on 39 and just wheel the lane. That was pretty steep.
I'm going to let you finish.
All right, he says he's going to let me finish it on lane 40.
Jesse's good at finishing for 300.
Let's not get carried away. I got to make sure I have a ball that I'm striking at will with.
I think you should throw, if you throw this one here, you got to go to the
Phaze 2. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're not keeping track, lane 40 has the front 9 right now. All of the next factor.
Had 279 the first game.
Oh, okay, there you go. And then
Jeff Monahan right now, who did go 279 300 last night.
I'll jump in the next factor on lane 40 and see if we can get the 10th. Number 10.
Surprisingly. I'm going to just keep saying it again. Surprisingly, way better than I was thinking.
And he says we need to switch over to the Phaze 2 Pearl for the 11th.
I think so. I think we should make it more challenging.
It'll be kind of neat. 2 streams, not back-to-back because we didn't shoot 300 with the Nebula. But it'll be 2 out of 3 streams with a 300 on it. Switching to the Phaze 2 Pearl here. I'm going to use a little bit more rotation.
Good luck to you.
And be just a hair further in. I do see the Phaze 2 Pearl just being a little bit more mid-lane, so we'll control it out. That one will do it.
Oh, ran over the 479. It just like...
All right, what should we do? The next factor of the Phaze 2 Pearl for the last one.
Should we tell the folks over here you have a chance at 300 just to get some crowd?
Oh, yeah, sure. Go for it.
Here, we have some open bowlers next to us. In case you guys want to see a perfect game in bowling, he needs one more strike.
Okay. All right, let's see. Still throwing the Phaze 2 Pearl. We're going to do the same thing.
Right now, so say
that last one
was
pretty good down lane.
1,000 people watching.
But I did like it, so.
His name's Jesse.
Yeah, the Phaze 2 Pearl finishing in the 12th. Another 300 on the Buddy's live review page, just because, we like to have fun here. Still a little further left, using that rotation, bang into the gutter.
No pressure.
That's for the crowd. I only threw 3, so.
You only threw 3 of the shots. I threw the other 9.
All right, so there you go.
I'm trying to make it hard for him.
We like to strike here. Throwing Phaze 2 Pearls, next factors.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
That was, that's pretty
Both
good.
on lane 40. Both of those 300s came on lane 40, so.
I did bowl 780 on this pair the other night. So
hey, 39 and 40 is where it's at. You guys
but I also bowled with only
one
one other 80, so it was actually nice not to have to put my feet on night.
Yeah. So now the 40 is back on lane 39.
I don't know why. I just decided to stay here. I'm going to throw one shot here.
He's going to throw one shot.
I'm going to see what the difference is. This lane usually hooks like 2 more, maybe 3 more.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move 3.
I'll stay on lane 40 with the next factor. I'm only going to throw 1 or 2 more myself because I feel like we're getting it done here today. We're showing these balls doing the
3
thing.
more.
So there you go.
But again, it's getting even into the puddle a little bit more. It didn't like blow through it.
Yeah. Let's see if we can send a messenger. What are the odds? What are the odds we just call
One
it?
of your balls running over the 7.9. I don't think you're.
No, that was running with the 7.9 with the face. The face. This one's going to be the guy.
Trying to get the head off the
Trying
wall.
to keep it pretty light. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to throw one more here, and then we can. I don't even know what more we need to do.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm going to throw 1 more myself, and then we'll get wrapped up here. We'll announce our Buddies merch pack winner. I know it's a little faster live review today, but balls are striking at will. We like them when they at least give us a little bit to think about.
I'm going to try and keep mine more this time left of the track a little bit, just see what.
Oh, okay. See if it kind of lays off. Sure. Catching Chris on 39 here. That was definitely up the lane. Hey, that's cool.
But it still wasn't like super skinny.
Yeah.
I mean, like you expect, again, the higher RG ball just to really blow through that oil.
Sure. One more for me. I'd be surprised if this one makes it back, so we're going to bump the tempo up a little bit. No chance.
I feel like you really gassed that one.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, we're about the tempo, so it wouldn't surprise me to blow past it.
Yeah, and even that is still had a smoother shape down lane.
Yeah.
My question, real quick, and if we're gonna wrap things
ahead.
up, would be not for us, but be for like Hank Boomershine, the R&D team. When you take, obviously we've seen pieces inside of balls, like the High Road has that little nugget inside of it.
Yeah.
But we've never seen like a really outside the X Factors originally, like a tall, skinny puck in there. So my question would be like, what is that? To me, when you put like the small density pieces in the middle, yeah, we're gonna jump over here to us. When you put those small little density pieces in the middle, I think that just helps create a little bit of roll in the ball.
Sure.
But what happens when you put so if anybody looks at the next factor here, it's like a puck, and based on the picture, it looks like it's pretty long.
Sure.
I don't know if my fingers can show it the right way, but it looks like a long, skinny. And
I don't know if the box would show it either, to be honest with you.
Yeah, can you see there? Yeah, like a nice wedge right in the middle. And like I said, some of the ones we've seen in other balls in the past have been like shorter, more rounded little pieces. Like if you look at it like a High Road, it's got like a smaller round shape in the middle.
Sure, which is kind of interesting. So that because there's a puck on top of that one too, right? There's a puck on the
High Road, I think has a
FE2
bottom
inverter. Oh, it's the bottom puck. So something has to make that course seem longer in order to get the RGs to stay higher, right?
Right. So my thing is like, what does having a really tall, skinny puck in the middle of a core do for ball motion? That'd be my question there. Is like,
sure.
So we see the RG number and we expect a certain thing, but are we seeing that more rounded shape because of the puck? Does that puck has a lane stabilize and migrate to a spot to get it to roll? I don't know. I'm trying to visualize what happens there. You know, like
sure.
This is what always intrigues me is like when something unique like this happens in a core, or when they build it, and then like we see something different on the lane. Like, okay, what's making that happen?
So I want to see a clear ball, the core just in it. We get to draw everyone, and it still does the same thing, but now we just get to see.
Yeah, and obviously cover stock we know is a major factor in any ball.
Sure.
But when you have a high RG, I don't feel like the cover can make the ball hook really early, you know?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean there. So just looking through here.
Any more questions there?
No, the only thing we have to do, I guess at this point, is announce our Buddies merch winner.
This will be our fastest video, by the way, because we just struck a ton.
Yeah, we struck a ton, and you guys understand what this is doing. Next factor, nostalgia. Ball goes long, goes through the pins. You've seen Chris strike a ton, and then a ton more. So without further ado, I got to make sure I get our name right. Your Buddies merch pack winner, Nicholas Peria.
Sorry,
Nick, you're the one who's been giving us all the information on where that R3S Pro cover is. So you are the winner of the Buddies merch pack.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So please message the Buddies page with your shipping address as well as your t-shirt size, and we'll go ahead and we'll get you out a Buddies merch pack sent to the mail. So thank you guys for participating in that, watching. I feel like the more we do this, the more it's starting to grow, and it's a lot of fun. I do like getting on here and talking shop with you guys.
Yeah, so it's nice talking outside just throwing balls. We can talk a little bit about things we know or see. So
yeah, the technology, the covers, that kind of thing. Try to keep ourselves informed and keep the mind running, because I feel like sometimes as fast as these balls come out, it's easy to kind of skip past it. I don't know what the covering core is. I just know what the ball does.
Yeah, exactly. So I've learned something new today. Like I said, and I'm very intrigued. I'll probably get done with this, and I'll probably go call Hank and say,
yeah, there you go.
All right, I need to learn something here.
Sure. Well, if you guys didn't catch it, this ball does come out on the 19th, so you can go ahead and put your pre-orders in at BuddiesProShop.com for that one. Phase 2 Pearl, that one's already out. It's selling like hotcakes. If you need a stronger, shiny ball, obviously the only 2 shots I think I threw with it on camera on lane 40 absolutely decimated the 8-pin, so that ball also a great piece there too. Just a little earlier than what the next factor is, a little stronger shape all the way around the lane there, it seems like.
Yeah, so. And like I said, wrap it up with the next factor. Surprisingly had a more rounded shape to it.
Sure, still pretty clean, but like you said, it's still not whippy once it actually does meet that defined friction, which I really look at when I'm throwing shinier balls to see how the parts are jumping off.
If somebody wants to talk about different Pearl, we talked about attention star. To me, when attention star hits friction,
it definitely goes.
It's really quick,
and it's a somewhat lower RG ball too. Still, so it's like in the 2.4 still, right? So
2.50,
2.50 maybe. Yeah.
So like I said, wasn't quite what we were expecting, and like I said, maybe because of the color scheme.
It's harder to kind of pick it up.
I felt like I had a normal rev rate.
Yeah. So Chris might actually continue to throw this ball after the fact. He did strike a bunch with it. It was kind of like the Mania when you threw that ball and you weren't a big fan of Widows, and then you struck a ton, and now you had some Manias in the back.
Widows come with me. It might be along tomorrow if we bowl.
Yeah, so once again, thank you guys for watching. We definitely appreciate it. Continue to support it, and we're going to keep doing more of these videos as we go forward. Obviously, we may end up having another one next week. It's kind of up in the air on what balls we're going to have in.
I know. From what I know.
Balls on the way. Balls on the way for us to throw for you guys and you guys to take a look at. So once again, thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate the support. Congratulations to Nick for being our Muddies merch pack winner. If you guys have any questions about the pieces, you're always welcome to leave that in the comments. Shoot us a message, whatever you need to for that part. But yeah, other than that.
And I would say check out our Black Friday / Cyber Monday week. I mean, whatever you want to call it. Holiday
it's still
sale.
There.
You can call it whatever. Great deals there still. And we have more stuff coming your way. Hopefully.
Oh my goodness, there's such a big list coming. But keep an eye out on the clearance section. We're going to be crushing it just for you guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Forward.
And the stream.
Ready.
Very cool.